Kemet was a black African civilization, and this has never been unclear to the people who lived there or to serious scholars who study it. The confusion around Kemet is modern, not ancient. The people of Kemet depicted themselves clearly in their own art. Temple walls, tomb paintings, statues, and reliefs consistently show dark skin tones, broad features, and natural hair textures. These were not symbolic choices or artistic exaggerations. They were representations of the people as they understood themselves. Ancient written records also described the people of Kemet as African. Neighboring civilizations recognized them as such, and the Kemetic people themselves identified with the African continent, its lands, and its cultures. There was no separation between Kemet and Africa in antiquity. That division was imposed much later. Physical anthropology supports this as well. Skeletal remains from ancient Kemet align closely with other indigenous African populations, particularly those of the Nile Valley and surrounding regions. These biological continuities are not accidental. They reflect long-standing African populations rooted in the land. Modern DNA studies further reinforce this reality. Genetic analyses of ancient remains show strong links to African populations, especially those connected to the Nile Valley. While Kemet was a crossroads and did have interaction with neighboring regions, its core population was African, not European or Near Eastern. Colorwashing Kemet did not originate with the ancient world. It developed during periods of colonization, when European scholars and institutions attempted to separate African people from their achievements. By removing black identity from Kemet, it became easier to justify domination, enslavement, and the false idea that African civilizations could not have achieved greatness on their own. When identity is erased, dignity follows. And when dignity is stripped away, history becomes easier to manipulate. This is why the conversation about Kemet still matters today. It is not about modern politics or personal feelings. It is about historical integrity. Honoring Kemet as a black African civilization does not exclude anyone else from appreciating its achievements. It simply places those achievements where they belong. Truth does not need to be softened to be respected, and history does not need to be rewritten to be shared. If learning this challenges what you were previously taught, that discomfort is worth sitting with, growth often begins where misinformation ends. Kemet does not need defending. It needs to be understood accurately. Subscribe for more grounded history on Kemet, Africa, and the ancient world.